I know you're turning your attention to the Jobs and Skills Summit, just a couple of weeks away. What have you been doing in preparation for that in terms of consulting industry, employer and employee groups?
Well, we've been very busy, Kieran. Ministerial colleagues and I have been engaging with employers and sectors of the economy and unions and training providers, universities, to really speak to them about dealing with the labour market and our economy. We've inherited a huge public debt. We have acute skill shortages in sectors across the economy, whether you talk about aged care, nurses, doctors, advanced manufacturing, the tech industry, hospitality.
It's everywhere.
It really is everywhere, and
we have to boost the skilled migration, surely, as well.
We need to do a number of things, and I've said this from the beginning. There's no binary choice here. And in fact, in relation to some of the skills, there's a very competitive global market for some of the skills. So yes, we do need to obviously look at the proper restoration of the temporary and permanent skilled migration pathways to our labour market, but we also have to do a much better job in investing in our own workforce in areas of demand and future demand. And that's why we're creating the Jobs and Skills Australia body to advise government in a more effective way about where we should be investing to ensure that we have the workforce that will respond to the demands in the economy today and beyond today.
So what should be the new cap on skilled migration?
Look, that will be a decision of government, and we're obviously looking to supply the skills and labour required. The OECD has said that Australia is suffering the second highest labour shortage in the developed world. So we've got a huge job to attend to this. Now, partly that was the pandemic, but it was also the failure of the previous government to support temporary visas without providing any support, JobKeeper, JobSeeker support. They left the country. So that compounded the shortages. And there's been a lack of matching the investment in skills and the areas of demand. So there's been years of neglect. We need to do much better in matching the skills investment where there are demands in the economy to help businesses, to help workers having the skills needed. I mean, if you get the skills in demand, you're going to have a more secure job. And also, of course, consumers win because you have a modern economy, it's more productive. That means downward pressure on goods and services.
And should you follow the opposition's proposal as well in terms of allowing those on the pension and so on to work more?
Well, look, we'll look at that. There is currently there's an area which doesn't affect the pension. I think it's might be it's reasonably generous, but we should be looking at whether we need to increase that. I know the Treasurer is looking at that issue, as is Amanda Rishworth and other colleagues. So we'll have an open mind to all of these issues. We do want to have a situation where people who've been locked out of the labour market can find their way back into the labour market. We've got low unemployment. That means we have an opportunity for many people who've been locked out. If we can provide the skills and support they need, they can actually find opportunities in the labour market. So we should be doing that as well as restoring the skilled migration pathway and investing in TAFE and the vet sector and universities.
Would you like your new Jobs and Skills agency to make those connections where, say, there's an area of high youth unemployment, that you connect those potential workers into care sector jobs where there are huge vacancies, as you alluded to earlier?
Well, we need to firstly identify more precisely the areas of demand. Some are obvious. Of course, we need to attract and retain people in areas where there are shortages. There's an aged care wage case before the Fair Work Commission. That might provide an opportunity because the sector can actually say the conditions and wages are improving. That might retain staff and attract new staff. And of course, that would be a very good thing.
Skills Minister Brendan O'Connor, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you in the lead up to that summit first week of September.
Yeah, absolutely, Kieran. Thank you.